Okay, we've now got our rocket playing nicely, going up and down. Let's just start it. There we go. Go. Fire, fire, fire. What we really want is something nice to shoot at it or drop bombs on us or what have you. And that's where we're going to go to next. So you downloaded a sprite. So we need to upload a new sprite. And there was a special one that you downloaded called something .sprite3. Now, the purpose of that is because it's got about 10 costumes. When we do the explosion, there's 6. I'm going to make you import all of these, but I thought 10 would be too much, so I've already done it and put them in there. So if I click on open, we get the sprite saucer, and if I go to costumes, we've got all the saucer costumes, and what is happening is that a little red light is whizzing around the saucer, making it look like it's spinning. So let's go back to the code. What I need to do now on the saucer, make sure you're on the saucer. I need to create some variables just for the saucer. Remember, we did it for the rocket. We need to create some for the saucer. It's already got these left, right and stop. They're global. We need to make our own for this sprite only. And the first one I want to make is called direction, because this one needs to know which way it's going, as well as the rocket needs to know which way it's going. We need one. So what's going to happen is that this is going to go across the screen. It's going to get to the end, drop down, and it's going to go faster. Each time it drops down, it's going to go a little bit faster until it reaches the bottom, and then it's going to blow up the rocket, hopefully. So we need a variable called increase for the speed. So for this sprite only, we need to have an increase amount. So there we go, I've got the 2 variables. I need another one. I need to know how far it's going down each time. So it gets to the end, goes down, gets to the end, goes down. I need to know how big that drop is. So I'm going to create a variable for this sprite, and I'm going to call it increment. Okay, job done. And I need to know when I start the game, when I press the green flag, it always needs to go there, or if it's hit or something, it needs to go back to the start. So I need a couple of variables to tell me where that start position is. So what I'm going to do again for this sprite, I'm going to have a saucer start X and a saucer start Y. You could probably shorten this if you want, just to start X and start Y, but this helps me know which one I'm working with. Saucer start Y for this sprite. And I need one more because I really need to know how fast it's going. Remember, I told you it's going to speed up the further down the screen it's going, so I need a variable called speed on this sprite. And there we go. So job done. I've got all of these variables just on the saucer. Let's take the ticks out of the boxes so that they don't appear on the screen. That's not what I want for them to do. And on the code, I'm going to set all of these when I press the green flag. So let's go and get the event. So I'm going to set all of those. How many have I got? I think about 6. So let's go to variables. I need the set. So 1, that's for the sort of saucer start. The 2 for the saucer start. I need 1 for the direction. I need 1 for the increase. I need 1 for how far it's jumping down the screen. I need 1 for the speed. Okay, so let's do these. So this is going to be the saucer start X. This one is going to be the saucer start Y. This one's going to be direction. This one's going to be the increase. Doesn't really matter which order you do these in. Not these particular ones. It might do a bit later on when we change something. Then we need the increment, and finally we need the speed. Whoops. There we go. So let's set these to some values. Now, if I take this saucer up to here, its starting position, Notice these numbers, that's 219 and 163. Well, I calculated it earlier, and the top right hand corner for X is going to be 240. So if I change that to 240, you'll see what I mean. So set that to 240, and it's just off the screen and a little bit down, 160 from the top. There we go. So that's what I want as my start values, so 160. So it's just looking like it's flying on the screen to begin with. Now the direction I want it to go in, if it's starting there, it's going to go left. So set the direction to left, and the increase. So its speed is going to increase by 1/10 each time. So by the time it's done 10 rows, it's going 1 faster. Maybe we can speed that up later. That's something for you to play around with. And the Y increment, because it's going down, it starts there at 160. If I go down to 150, that should be a little lower. 150 drops down the screen, and then 140, it drops even further down the screen. So I'm taking off 10 each time, so I want the increment to be -10. And the speed I want it to go at is fairly slow to begin with, which is just 1. Don't forget, we're going to increase it. So it gets to here, it's going to be 1.1, gets to here 1.2, and so on. Not a very fast increment, but maybe we can change that as the game goes. So that's setting that up. The only thing I need to happen is, at the moment, if I press the green flag, actually it just stays where it is. I need to send it to its beginning place, so I need a go to. We did this on this sprite, but that was just to the center of the screen. But we did this with Mario, sending him to a position in a maze. So where do I want him to go to? I want it to go to the source of start X and source of start Y, which we set up at the top. So now when I press the green flag, boomf, there we go, he's ready to move. But he's not moving. We'll handle that in the next video.